Swear to God, I gotta get my shit together. Young nigga known around these parts, I can pop my shit wherever. I'm walking with God in these Dior's, used to dance with the devil. Young nigga, it takes some sacrifice to make it to this level. Yeah, I put in that work, nigga, I ain't cry about it.
What is good? It's your boy Shimmy back with another video. Listen, it's finally time. We got from season 2. No long talks, lot to begin. Now let's get into it. Boom, we start with Boyd waking up and he's still in the chimney. He uses his lighter to try to see around and he yells for someone to help, but no one answers. The man is actually stuck. Now back in town, the bus arrives. This kid gets up, he's like, nah, we can't be here. Turn this bus around, please. No one's listening to him, so he tries to stop the bus driver, but then this bald guy holds him back and the kid pukes on him. Damn, I'd actually be pissed. Now back to Colony House. Everyone,
I would not be pissed. I would be like, bro, you should never grab me, shorty. Why are you touching me? Like, bro, just listen to me, bro. We're gonna die if we stay here. And then I know they wouldn't have listened. And then when people start to die, I'd be like, I told you. But they would have thought I was the killer, so.
Is panicking after the failed attempt to contact the outside world, and a piece of wood goes through the window. What type of storm hit them? Another girl got glass in her eyes. Like, everything is just going to shit. Now Jim goes to his house and he finds this hole in the basement. He's yelling for Tabitha, but no one answers. Underground we see Tabitha and Victor and they're walking. Victor's like, shh, you'll wake them up. He better not be talking about who I think he's talking about. Victor tells her, I went in the tree and I ended up here. The boy in white told me to wait for you. And Tabitha looks and she sees a briefcase. She opens it and it's just a dress in there. What's going on right now? We move all the way back to the people in the bus. And they're all trying to get in the diner, but it's closed. And this old lady is dancing. She's way too old to be doing all that shit. Ellis goes and meets them and he's like, listen, I know y'all are confused. You don't know what's going on, but some people are about to come and help you guys out. Huh? Unless you got a GPS, I don't need your help, boy. Now Julie goes downstairs in her house.
That Blade lady, damn, I can't even get it out. That lady pissed me off for the first, 2, 3, 4 episodes. Like, every new person that come into this town think they're hot shit. Like, bro, they try to tell them, like, nah, I ain't finna listen to that. Watch out. I'm finna do my own thing type shit. It just makes me mad, bro.
Her bags what happened.
And so another character from season 3.
Everyone, my mom's trapped. I need help. And these two and the bartender go to help Jim dig her out. Back to Victor and Tabitha. He's telling her, we gotta be brave. And we just see one of the monsters. It's GG's. It's done. They keep walking and there's just random shit down here. Like, who's collecting this? There's a tricycle, a TV, and then they see another monster. Tabitha's like, we need to cut now. And then there's another one. Victor starts looking at this clock and then a doll appears on it and the man just goes running. Tabitha finds him and says, nah, we need to go right now. But he says, I don't know the way to go. I got scared. Luckily, she manages to get him up and they keep moving. We move to Boyd and he's still in the chimney. He's yelling, but someone actually answers this time. Are you real? Yes, I'm the realest guy in this show. Bet. I'm
Facts. Boyd have his slow moments, but he's one of the realest niggas in the show, bro. He have his slow moments, but he's one of them. He gets it done.
I'll help you if you help me, and he drops a rope for him to climb up. At the same time, Dawn is trying to explain to the bus driver there's monsters who look like humans that will end you here. But the bus driver don't believe that shit. She says move out.
I don't understand, bro. I mean, I don't know. Cause at first I probably wouldn't I'd be like, bro, what? Come on, you can't be for real. And then I'll look at her for real, like, and see how passionate she is and how serious she is. Like, damn, she damn that for real. Hold on. Let me lock in. Cause I ain't been here. I've been here for like 10 minutes. Yeah. You been here for how long? 20? Some decades? Come on. Nah, bro. Let me lock in with you.
My way, and Jim and them are still trying to move the rubble, but the house starts to break even more. Jim says, I'm not leaving, and we just see the house fall on all of them. Everybody's like, hold on, where did you guys go? And
Jim, there's one thing I didn't even think about when the shit was happening when I was watching. Once the shit started falling, I guess because I ain't married, but I would have left. Like, as soon as I heard the house creaking, like, yeah, time to go, because this shit gonna cave in. I get that's your wife, but bro, if she's under all that, she's damn near dead. And by the time you get to her, ain't no hospital around. You niggas can't leave. So, like, sorry.
All of them are trapped. Somehow though, this bald guy gets pulled out. Now we go back
Yeah,
underground.
I thought you was trapped with them the whole time.
And these two are still walking. They see these rocks stacked on the ground, then a ball rolls out and hits them? Nah, man.
Right.
And then there's two more monsters just sleeping there. Tabitha yells, and then they start to wake up and start following them. What the actual hell threw that ball? Last minute though, they make it out, but they just hear monsters screaming. We move back in town and Christy finds out her gal Marielle was on.
We do not care.
Fucking, oh my god, bro. It's a lot of people I hate in this show, bro. I wouldn't even say hate, but I dislike. It's only two people I hate, and that's Ellis and Fatima. Them two I hate. Everybody else is just irritating. And like, oh my god. I hate the blonde girl. Or the mixed hair girl.
Bus too, and they go and hug. And my dog Kenny's just pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I feel
great. But it's also Kenny's fault, bro.
bad for you, twin. That was really yours.
Right.
Motherfucker.
Everyone else keeps trying to get the house off Jim and them, but it's not looking good. Jim tells them just leave us, cause nighttime is coming. This bus driver is still trying to leave, so Donna busts out the shotty and shoots the tire. Damn,
Real
shit
one.
just went left. And they make everyone go in the diner. Now Boyd finally climbs up the chimney and a guy says, "You made it, I didn't think you would." And he's just tied to this wall. He tells Boyd, "Please just take me out." I'm not gonna lie, for episode 1, a lot just happened right there.
Yeah.
This guy tells him though, "I thought the town was the worst part, but then I went through the tree." And Boyd's just looking around everywhere trying to find out what's going on. And we learn his name's Martin, and he don't even remember how long he's been trapped here. He says, "Oh, you think the monsters trapped me here, don't you? They're not even the tip of the iceberg. It just gets worse." What is worse than them? Boyd tries to break him free, and a
It's only one thing that they shown that's been worse than the monsters at night. He gonna get to that in season 3.
music box starts playing. Now we move back to Jim, under the rubble. Him and Tom are talking, and the other kid finally wakes up, but he starts yelling and screaming. Jim tells him, "You have to be quiet or we're all cooked." At the same time, everyone else is in the diner waiting for night to be over. We move to these two who didn't make it in the diner, and they go into this empty house alone.
That ain't even a
These two
house,
other people are
bro.
just
That's
chilling.
not even a house, bro. That's the bar that they're in. They're in the bar, getting fucked up. These two don't feel sorry
behind
for
this
her.
bus. Like, what are you guys really
Like,
doing? Fatima's yelling for them to
Fatima,
come inside.
she
The
should've
two
died
monsters
here.
show up beside them, so they have to shut the
should've
door.
fucking died.
They're just smiling and waving at
both
them
should've
like
died.
holy rage bait. And the man says, "You're spoiling all the fun." Then we just start hearing screaming. Yeah, everyone's cooked. At the diner, Randall takes Kenny's gun and he says, "Back the fuck up." Like, why would Kenny let him take his gun? He says, "Nah, you guys set all this shit up, didn't you? I'm taking this guy outside with me, or I'm gonna end him here. It's your choice." But listen, Donna's a bad gal.
Oh,
She
God.
says, "Shit, you're gonna
She's
have
one of
to
them
shoot
ones,
him, and I'm
boy.
gonna shoot you." Then we just hear a knock on the door, and Kenny takes his gun back, and Donna hits him with the back of her gun.
Bitch.
Good. I'm not gonna lie, this guy's doing way too much. We move to Boyd, and he
And
gets
that ain't
one of
even
his
the worst he's done, bro. He gets worse than this.
arms free, and the music stops. Martin says we're out of time, and he grabs Boyd's arm and says, "My blood is your blood now," and he cuts Boyd. And the man just stops breathing right there. After that, Boyd opens up a door and somehow he's outside again. To be honest though, this gotta be some dream or a simulation at this point. There's
Got
just
to.
shit happening. Then a dog shows up, like whose dog is this? Now back to the two who went into a random house. Someone's knocking on their door.
Hey, It's me, Goku!
They say, can you help us? We were on the bus and we got lost. The girl tells her man, nah, don't open that door. But this dumbass goes and opens it. Now we move to the man himself, the smiling monster. He opens up the bus and
This
he
nigga
walks in.
the most terrifying one out of them all. It's just his smile not even pisses. It scares me.
Like, there ain't shit to smile about, boy.
Right.
He sits pretending to drive, but then he sees two people on the bus. He walks back and they're like, thank God, we heard people screaming. Oh, I'm not on your side. And he goes and attacks them. Now we move to Tabitha and Victor and they get to their safe spot. But then the door starts to open, but it's Boyd. Then another person comes running and it's Elgin from the bus. Boyd pulls the blick out, he says stop. Behind him though, he sees monsters actually show up, so he lets him in. Now we move back to Jim and the other guy passes away right there. Then we just hear cracking and a monster goes and attacks Tom. Now it's morning and Julie goes out yelling for her pops. And he answers. We also see Boyd as those worms that Martin had in his body now. I hope this gives him some superpowers at least. Now this Randall guy starts arguing with Donna because he wants to use his switch. Then Boyd comes in. Yo, who the f is this guy? Me, I'm the sheriff, boy. Residents don't carry guns.
I'm the sheriff, boy.
Change the rules then. Boyd says, alright, if you want to carry your weapon, go out in the woods. But if you want to live here, you better get rid of it, boy. See, I like when Boyd puts his foot down. All these guys are just putting stress on him for no reason. Now, to make matters worse, the storm took a
Yeah, he right. Because they make everything worse than what it should be. They make it so stressful for Boyd. I see why he I can't even say on that. Can't speak on that yet because he don't speak on it. But I see why he did what he did in these later seasons.
Most of their crops, so they gotta get serious about their rations. So Kenny and Ellis start looking for more crops, and then they hear music. They follow the sound and they see a girl with a stick coming out of her head. She wakes up. She tells Ellis the monsters made her watch them take out her man. Nah, see, I thought they were just mindless monsters, but clearly they're just evil. Christy pulls up and says, I'm not gonna lie, there ain't shit I can do about that. I just went to school. I ain't no neurosurgeon. So they have to take the rod out. At the same time, Tabitha starts seeing these little kids staring at her. Back in the forest, Boyd shows up and the girl starts screaming. So he pulls the rod out and just like that, she's done. After that, this Ellis guy goes to Fatima and says, let's get married. Like, alright.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. You want to get married in the middle of this bullshit that's happening? Come on, Ellis. You got a lot.
Bro, your priorities are all fucked
up.
Now, Kenny goes in the basement of the church, and who do you think he sees there? He sees Sarah. Like, what is she doing there? Basically, we learned she went through the tree, just like Boyd, and ended up down here. Boyd finds her too, and he goes to talk to Kenny. He says, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I took her with me in the forest. Kenny's vexed. He's like, she should be in the box for what she did. But then Boyd just falls to the ground because the shit in his blood. He goes and cleans himself up, leaves the bathroom, and Father Khatri is sitting right there. Yeah, bro just has to be tripping. No way he's alive. Or did he fake his death? Boyd says, you can't be real. Are you sure that's what you want to talk about? Let's talk about what's really on your mind. How you gonna tell Kenny about what Sarah did to his pops? Boyd says, listen, this was all your idea. He's gotta understand. You and me, we both know he's not gonna understand, but she's valuable, so keep your mouth shut, boy. Now Jim goes to Colony House and says to Donna, you heard that voice on the radio too, no? She's like, yes, I heard it. Whoever or whatever that person is, they're not here to help us, so just keep your mouth shut until we know more. Then this Randall guy starts beating this other guy up.
Fair. This is the only good thing that I seen in the show. I mean, from him in the show. Because me sharing clothes with people, no, not at all.
Because he went through his bag. Kinda fair, not gonna lie. So Donna grabs an axe and says, get up, you're not living here no more. And she makes the man go live in the bus. Like, honestly, good, he deserves that. At the same time, Sarah tells Kenny she was the reason his pops is gone. Damn, so she really came clean, no dirt. Now, it's nighttime and the monsters start knocking on Randall's window. He's about to go open it, and he stops himself. Hold on, ain't that the lady from episode 1? Like, I remember you. They all just leave. It's morning and everyone finds out Sarah's back and they're all pissed at Boyd.
Kenny.
Like, Big Monting, he's just trying to get y'all home. I don't know what you want him to do. Ethan walks up to her and says, I thought we was friends, but you're a monster. I ain't scared of you no more. And he leaves. Victor goes and links up with Jade in the forest, and Jade starts playing this violin, and our dog Victor just starts crying because he's starting to remember his past. I actually feel bad for him though. Imagine living most of your life here with these monsters. Victor tells Jade about Christopher, how he was nice at first, but then he changed. Jade's like, what? How'd he change? He tells him one night his mom told him just to hide somewhere where Christopher would never find him. Damn, so maybe he switched sides or something. And honestly, Fairs, I'm not gonna lie, if I got the offer to switch sides from the monsters, I'm switching up on everybody. We move all the way to Tabitha in the woods, and she builds this little tower. She says, I'm here, and one by one these little kids pull up and say, Ankui.
No. He didn't do it justice. It's like, Ankui. Ankui. Bro, when I first watched this, bro, this is like a stem for me. I couldn't get it out my head. Bro, these kids need...
She screams, but there's actually no one there. What? Then her nose starts bleeding too. At the same time, Boyd goes back to the church after apologizing to Kenny's mom, and there's a music box in there. And some shorty comes dancing around him. Shit, maybe this place ain't that bad. Then they start dancing together like, Boyd, you dog. Your wife ain't been gone that long. But then worms come out of her mouth. In reality though, he's still on the floor at the diner. We move to Christy, and she looks through Mariel's bag and finds out she was actually on this bus to go to rehab. She started doing that shit again because Christy disappeared. Damn. Since Boyd was on the ground, Kenny's gonna take him to the hospital. They go through the forest, and then the music box starts playing again, and his shorty comes out and starts dancing. But then she disappears. See, this ain't too bad. But also, Kenny could not see any of that. It's just Boyd. He gets to the hospital and tells Christy all about it. But her and Kenny think he's capping about the worms, and maybe he's just...
See, look, this is like, bro, this is my thing. Like, I feel like everybody should come together, but shit like this, they be like, nah, that shit ain't happening for real. Come on, bro, you tweaking, you letting this place get to you. There, I can't even say nothing. Like, I'd probably be the same way. I have to be there to believe it for real.
Went through some shit like dementia. Boyd goes to lay down, and the music box plays again, and the gal comes back, but this time she's on badness. She tries to take him out for good, but last second he pushes her off. So basically we have to worry about these monsters and ballerinas too. Yeah, cool. At Colony House, everyone's arguing about the food.
This old nigga, fuck him. You finna see why I say fuck him.
Then this guy gets Ellis with a knife by accident. Like, alright.
Like, bro, why did you have a knife in your hand? Why are you swinging that bitch around?
What are we doing?
Right.
Worst part is it's nighttime, so
he didn't apologize
all the way to
either.
the hospital while the monsters are out.
Another thing, Ellis, I didn't know why he pulled the knife out. That was slow. Like, you never supposed to pull the object out that you've been stabbed with, because it's just gonna keep bleeding out.
Says,
I know it's gonna keep bleeding.
He runs out, gets the whip, and the monsters start walking towards him. He looks for the keys everywhere. He can't find them, but they fall to the ground. He puts them in and drives out, but the people are still walking towards him. He gets to the front of Colony House. Fatima comes out bringing Ellis, and they get him in the trunk. And last minute they escape. One of them almost gets the window too. Not gonna lie, the scene is pretty cool watching them drive and the camera's flipping. But they end up making it to the hospital, and Christy lets them in. She does some last minute operation and gets the blood from out his lungs. But they want to use Boyd's blood for a transfusion. But again, the man has the worms in his body. He don't want to do that. Fatima says, if you don't do this, he's gonna die. Kenny pulls out the blick. He says, you need to sit down, Boyd. But then they already see the worms that's in his arms, so they have to believe him. Kenny says, "Aight, give your blood to me then." See, Kenny's a real G.
He is.
Top 5 characters for sure.
Bro, I said that. Bro, I've been saying the same shit, bro. It's Boyd. No order. I can't put him in order. But it's Boyd, Donna, Kenny, Lil Bro, and I'm gonna throw Victor in there. Victor for sure. Victor, yep. I'm throwing Victor. You could throw the nurse. What's her name? I keep forgetting her name. Go back. Damn, her. It's bad frame, but her. I could throw her into the top 5 too.
Aight, give your blood to me then. See, Kenny's a real G. Top 5 characters for
Definitely.
sure. But Boyd says, you know what? I got a better idea. He goes outside and says, where the fuck are y'all at? Don't tell me you're and the man himself shows up, the smiling monster. Boyd says, come get me. But then more of them come and surround him. Yeah, he's cooked, GG's. Boyd ain't backing down though. He gets close, slashes his neck. He grabs his neck and says, My blood is your blood, bitch. The worms start transferring and he gets his arm off him. But the monster says, you know what? I like this game. Then he just stops moving. He screams and he falls to the ground. All the other monsters just crowd around and look at him. Then they just walk away. Damn, they just left their homie to die like that? That's crazy. After that though, they do the transfusion and save Ellis's life. Now we learn Fatima is pregnant. Like, why would you willingly have a child in this place? Now it's morning and everyone goes to check out the monster and it's really on the ground not moving. Kenny wants to burn it, but Boyd says, nah, we need to take that thing inside, see what we're really dealing with. And Christy agrees. At the same time, Randall links up with Jim to use his drone because they might be able to get a better look at this whole area. They go to the RV and Randall's like, you think this place is an experiment, a lie? Well, don't you think that means some people here have to be in on it so it works properly? You know what? I don't like this guy, but that's not a bad show.
It's not.
Back to Kenny and them. Christy tries to bring him back inside. She says, Kenny, we're in this together. Kenny's like, we're not. You got old girl now.
Right.
See, I like that from Kenny. Stand your
Gotta stand
ground.
on business.
Don't let these gal manipulate you. We move to Marielle and she opens up the door and the monster's gone. She goes yelling saying, where is it? And Boyd shows up, but then she turns and the monster's right there. It starts coming at them, so Boyd starts unloading the clip, but nothing's happening. The music box starts playing and she wakes up. Nah, thank God that was a dream. That was actually crazy. Now
bro.
back to reality, they open it up, but there's no blood inside of it. They do find some liquid in there though. At the same time, this Elgin guy is getting pushed underwater by this monster. What is going on? This is like episode 7 and there's still just shit happening. Now it's the next day and Kenny's chilling with his mom and the phone starts to ring. He picks it up and it says,
I remember now. I remember this season now. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this season.
they touch, they steal, they break, they come for 3 unless you stop the melody, but then he just wakes up and bro's got a bruise on him. So basically everyone's tripping right now. We move to Boyd with the liquid he got from the monsters, but he don't really know what to do with it. Elgin tells him, make some silver bullets, dip it in them and start switching these monsters down.
Switch it down there.
Then Victor starts remembering his past and his mom tells him everything's gonna be okay and she just left him in this bunker. This is actually sad. Tabitha goes to see him, but he really don't want to remember his past anymore. Now back to Boyd and Kenny. They go back to see the monster to get more liquid. They bust down the door and there's just shit moving under there. He takes the sheet off and it's a bunch of bugs crawling all over it. Like, what is going on? But Kenny did see those bugs in his nightmare too. Yeah, so it's GG's. Donna comes in and she goes to take a look at it, but there's no bugs there anymore. So they decide to take it out and just burn it. They don't want nothing to do with that body no more. But this Randall guy is watching, like, holy, go sit back down on the butt.
This nigga, bro, he fucks up everything. Why do Peter have lean? What the fuck?
Back to Victor, we learn he had a sister but she ran out and he never saw her again. Apparently his mother went all the way to the lighthouse to save the children who were locked in there. Now back in town, this guy starts yelling for help. Boyd and them run in, but it's already too late. Basically, Shorty went to sleep, started crying, and ended up cooked. And this was during the day too, not no nighttime thing. Remember how I said this Randall guy was watching? The man goes and ties up Donna. He says, we were right, I saw you carrying away a monster. Yeah, Boyd killed one of them, but Randall's not buying it because why can you kill one now? Jim's also there too and he says, this was not my idea. And he goes to free Donna, but Randall throws him on the ground. Then Boyd comes out with the switch.
Yes, sir.
What you gonna do, shoot me? Yeah, I am, now what? Randall stops, but he throws the keys to the van away so they can't get home. They have to
I'm
chill
telling you, if I was Boyd, bro, I would have choke slammed his ass, put the pipe to his mouth.
up there. Yeah, honestly though, end him right now. There's no purpose to having this guy in the story. End him.
Somebody go smoke that youth.
In the town,
that's what it
there's
is.
cicadas everywhere, and apparently that was Nathan's biggest fear. So what if everyone's fears are coming to life? I'm afraid of Ice Spice. I'm terrified. We move to the
afraid of $1
RV
million.
and Boyd starts paging them. You think this is a game? You know what I've been through? Sit down, boy. And Randall sits. Boyd dips the bullets in the liquid and says, Randall, why don't you go out and test this, since nothing out there is real, right? But then they start to get surrounded. The monsters get closer and closer, and they just stop and stare. They don't normally do that shit. Then everyone in the RV starts hearing music and it's coming from the radio. At Colony House, this guy starts crashing out saying, "We're all done, no one's saving us. Don't go to sleep." We move back to the RV and they start hearing bangs from underneath. How is that even possible? And the lights start flickering. Randall's had enough of this though, so he breaks the window and runs out, and they start following.
I don't remember
The rest of
him
them go
running
to take
out.
the van and leave, but Boyd starts unloading the clip. But he looks back and sees his wife. What the? Is the Snow Bunny mind control this strong? It works after death? She says, "Come back," and then she disappears. Boyd runs and hops in the van and they drive off, but it looks like the bullets didn't work. Now we move to Randall and he's in the forest running. Then cicadas start to swarm him. He falls to the
yeah, I
ground and they
remember.
go in his mouth too. Now Boyd and them get to Colony House and this gym guy's like, "Nah, I need to go back out there." Like, brother, I want you to know you guys barely made it out of that alive and it was your fault. We go upstairs with Marielle and the bugs start crawling in her room too and they swarm her. Then her eyes literally lose color. What is happening? Elgin tells him in his dream there was a boy who said, "Here they come for 3, unless you stop the melody." The bus driver is like, "I know that song. That's an old nursery rhyme." Yeah, so I don't know who is singing that to their children.
Right.
Then we move to Tabitha's family and Julie starts screaming, saying, "Get them off me!" And her eyes lose color too. Donna also goes and finds Randall outside and his eyes have lost color too. This is crazy. We move to Boyd, Kenny, and Sarah and he shows them the place where he was trapped. Sarah says, "I can hear it. The music, it's here." She starts digging and says, "I can hear them screaming," and her nose starts to bleed and she crashes out again. She tells them it's laughing at you for bringing it back in town. It wants to make us suffer. Huh? Like, who is it? What did Boyd set free? Sarah says Julie and the others are dying and if they do, it'll be too late. Now back to Tabitha and Jim. She says, "What if I need to go to the tower to save the children and Julie?" Jim's like, "Listen, I had my theory that almost ended all of us. You can't do that."
Hey,
But
bro. One thing about Jim, he a cool character. He got his moments. He kind of cool. But when it's him and Tabitha talking, he belittles Tabitha sometimes. It's always, "Nah, if I did this, your idea would definitely not work." Come to find out, it does. But their dynamic sucks. And I see why she broke up with the nigga, bro. But divorce, whatever.
she says, "I gotta try." So she asks Victor if he knows how to get to the lighthouse. "Nah, I don't, but I know you gotta visit the bottle tree to get there." So he's gonna take her there. Jim don't really trust it though. Now we move to Jade and he's in the bar looking at glass and Tom shows up again. Jade's like, "You died?" "Yep." But Jade's trying to find a different way to look at the symbol. There's gotta be an answer somewhere. Tom tells him, "Nah, you're overthinking this. You know you gotta go in those tunnels to find your answer." Jade tells him, "I can't do that. That shit is crazy. If there's answers to be found, they're gonna be there." Now we cut to this guy putting away guns and Reggie pulls up behind him. He's like, "You need a hand?" "Nah, I'm good." But the man just slashes him. Like, what is he doing? And he steals a weapon. Like, why are humans taking out more humans than the monsters now? After that, Jade goes in the tunnels with a flashlight. He just sees a doll sitting there. Like, come on, is this some Annabeth Chucky shit? He touches it and it's actually real. So he keeps going in further. He looks around and just hears Ankui. And he just starts hearing it over and over and all these kids are laying on these rocks all around him. He looks up, then he sees the symbol he's been seeing this whole time. But then, they all disappear and the symbol's gone too. We move to Victor and Tabitha and they finally find the bottle tree. And this is also where he found his mom. She didn't make it in the tree, but she told him, "This tree will take you to the tower if you go in." So Tabitha hugs Victor and says goodbye and goes in the tree. She comes out of it and she's right in front of the lighthouse, so she walks in.
One question, like, how come Boyd and Samantha go to there? Not Samantha. Is that her name? I don't fucking remember. Boyd and the girl go through the tree and they were so far away from it. From the lighthouse, but Tabitha gets there and she's standing right in front of it.
At the same time this is happening, Ellis and Fatima get married. Like,
God.
okay, bro. Don't forget she was kissing on the next gal
Right.
last season.
He belongs to the street.
After the ceremony, Boyd leaves to go do something and he hears a shotgun. And it's this Reggie guy. He says, you did this. Everything was good till you went in the forest. Loki, he's not wrong.
He's not.
Like, what is he doing? Boyd says, chill, I think I can fix everything. He just uses the pump anyways and hits him. He's about to finish him off, but Boyd still has his in his pocket and he gets him instead.
Yes, sir.
After that, he takes this torch, lights it with fire, and he gets transported back into that underground place. He goes in further and he sees Randall, Marielle, and Julie tied up. Boyd says, I'm gonna get y'all out of here. He's about to destroy the box, but his wife shows up again. She tells him, don't destroy it. It won't end our suffering. It'll just prolong it.
Our
They
bit,
all
you're
start
dead.
screaming. Boyd's wife tries using the Snow Bunny mind control on him. She tells him, it wants you to fight back. It's your hope that feeds the forest. But Boyd ain't getting controlled no more. He says, Black Queens forever, Snow Bunnies never. And he destroys the music.
Bro, where did this Snow Bunny mind control come from, bro? I ain't never heard that before. That's
And
hilarious.
then they all wake up. After that, Boyd yells out, I'm Big Dog, you don't break me. And the dog shows up again, like, huh? Now back to Tabitha. She goes all the way up the lighthouse and she hears kids saying, and cooey. She starts seeing the full scope of the place. Then the boy in white appears behind her. He says, I'm sorry, I really am. This is the only way. And he pushes her out the window? I thought that was our dog. What is going on? But then Tabitha wakes up and she's in a hospital? What? The doctor says hikers found her unconscious outside of the woods. Then she looks outside. So hold on,
In
she
the
made it
real
back to the
world.
real world. Why are we not pushing everybody out? I literally finished this season with more questions. Like, why
Thank
did
you,
Martin
bro.
know-
Bro, first season had like 2-3 questions. Second season, it bumped up to like 10, 20. But not 10, 20, but like 8 to 10 questions. Season 3 blows it out the water, bro.
about Boyd's
I'm just so
wife.
confused,
So
bro.
clearly people can leave, but why are the monsters not trying to leave? Maybe they can't leave and the monsters trapped here too? And is it just an endless cycle of them just trapping people here and then slowly killing them? Like, I don't know. I got more questions, but that's all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below.
Hey, man.
If you
Let's get to season 3.
Alright, what is good? It's your boy
Hey,
Shimmy
hey,
back with
hold on. That man right there. Scary
Alright,
as fuck.
what
Him? Very terrifying. Let's get into it so he can explain why he's terrifying.
is good? It's your boy Shimmy back with another video. Yes, today we have from season 3. Listen,
This show
no
is so
long
goated,
talks.
bro.
Grab your snack if you need it. Now,
Ooh,
let's
I ain't never
get
seen it before.
into it. Now, if you don't remember last season, Tabitha gets to the tower and the boy in white pushes her out the window. When she wakes up, Shorty's at the St. Anthony Hospital in Camden, Maine. The doctors are like, yeah, we found you out on a trail with no ID. Can you tell us where you got those cuts and bruises from? But Tabitha don't answer. The doctor's gonna think she's tripping. Another doctor comes in and says, yeah, the feds are on their way for this girl. Tabitha's not waiting to meet them, so when the doctors leave, she takes out the IV, changes her clothes, and starts to leave the hospital. I just want to know if Shorty really made it out or this is cat by the town. She walks out the building and then she sees the boy in white staring at her. Hold on, is that the same boy? Why does he look different? And he starts waving at her. She goes over to find him and he's gone. Why does he look
I ain't never
different?
peeped
And he
Shorty
starts
back there, so I'm
waving
like,
at
oh
her.
my
She
God.
goes over to find him and he's gone. She finds him again and says, what the hell were you talking about? But it's actually just some random kid. Listen, she better chill out before she really catches a case. We move back to town and Boyd takes the bullets out his arm. And of course he's hallucinating again, seeing Father Kotri. Kotri says, listen, you got a food shortage, everyone's scared, and to make matters worse, it's starting to get cold out there. Shit's looking like Canada. We go outside and this Ethan kid tries to go out and find his mom. Like, he's too young to be trying to do this shit, bro. So Jim comes up with the good idea to go out and find Tabitha himself so Ethan won't leave anymore. Boyd tells him, gang, you don't even know where you're going or what you're going up against. Why don't you just chill and wait? Nah, I'm not gonna chill and wait. I'm going to find my wife. He indeed said it just like that too. We move to Fatima and Shorty's puking in the toilet. Is it because she's pregnant? Damn. And she's not eating anything. Back to Boyd again. He's telling Jim how to survive and this Kenny guy wants to join him too. Like, Big Mom Ting, I can't have Kenny die. He's a top 5 character. Now back in Maine, Tabitha's walking around and she asks this girl if she can use her phone. And the black girl lets her use it. Shout out her, man. She better be calling the police or the military or somebody though. But she calls her mom. She says, we're all good. We just had to go away for a little while. Her mom's like, huh? Where are you? The police are looking for you guys. Tabitha tells her she loves her and she might not hear from her for a while and she hangs up. No, because why didn't she say anything about the whole situation, how they're being trapped with monsters who look like humans who kill people? Now Jim and Kenny leave to go explore.
That's my gripe
Problem
right there. These niggas don't explain nothing, bro. They just tell them We doing something. Talk to you later, pretty much. That's even with the people in the town. Like, something happened, I'll tell you later, and never talk about it until it get too overwhelming.
Town. All the vegetables they dug up today are rotten,
Yuck.
so they're out of food. Yeah, GG's. So we gotta battle monsters, ballerinas, and hunger. Cool. People barge into Kenny's mom's crib to take her food, and Randall goes to steal a goat, but Bodman
A
Victor
goat?
pulls up with the blig. Like, shoot him, bro. After Boyd comes to calm the
Hey,
situation.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was Kenny out, boy, I'd be so mad. Niggas ran up to my mama's diner and robbed the place. I don't give a fuck how hungry he is. You ain't finna come in here and rob us. You can sit down and wait until she finished the food, but you ain't finna come in here and rob us.
Down, Randall gives up the goat and he leaves. We move to Jim and Kenny in the forest and they see these. What the hell are these? They were
Kids.
not there before. They keep walking and they see more and more of them. Then they get to a village. Kenny pulls the blick out because we don't know what we're about to run into. Luckily no one's there, but Jim has the bright idea to stay in one of these huts for the night. Like, just go home, bro. Kenny agrees and they go look around. Back outside, Tabitha goes to confess her sins to the priest, but she realizes there's an address on Victor's lunchbox, so she's gonna go there to see Wagwan. She gets to the address and someone pulls up and says, "Get the f off my property, ho." But he looks at the lunchbox and he bags, it's Victor's. He says, "Where did you get that?" Now it's nighttime and the monsters go and open up the gates and the barn doors for the animals. Boyd looks outside and he sees cows walking. He's like, fuck. So him and Jade go to take them back to the barn. They can't lose more food right now. Then we just see the monsters creeping up at the side of Jim's crib. Randall honks the horn to let them know they're waiting for them. Ethan sees his goat outside and he goes to open the door to get it, but the old lady is just waiting outside for him. Julie tries closing the door, but she's on that Larry wheel cycle. She busts the door down and starts running after them. They run for their lives. They get out back and they're hiding in the bushes with Sarah. Back to Jade.
Sarah.
The monsters start walking towards him and they just kill a cow in front of him. What the hell? Everyone else gets inside, but Tian Shen decides to help Boyd get the cow into the barn. They get there, close the barn,
That happened in season 3? I thought this happened in season 2. Wow.
put up the talisman, but someone says, "You said this place couldn't break you. Remember that fuck?" And the monsters are already inside. They grab Tian Shen and they stab Boyd. Then they handcuff him to this pole. "Don't worry, Boyd. We're not gonna kill you." And they start pulling parts of Tian Shen's head off. Nah, this is foul. It's the next morning and we just see Boyd mumbling to himself. And Tian Shen's really gone. R.I.P. to her.
She didn't.
At the same time, Kenny and Jim find cabbage that they can feed
Everybody
everybody.
that's dying didn't deserve to die. You got all these people that deserve to die and not dying. Ellis, Fatima, come on, bro.
In the town with. Now outside, it's dead ass looking like Canada. Shit is snowing bad and they have to take Tian Shen's body to the church. Back outside, Tabitha tells Victor's pops about everything, but he calls cab and he calls the police too. She says, "If I just saved the children locked in the tower, I could have saved everyone." Then the police show up to the crib, but he tells them, "False alarm, I'm getting old, you know, dementia and them things." He saved her because his wife said the same thing about the children before. We move to Fatima and she's going through it. She's spitting up blood and she took a tooth out her mouth. What type of baby does she got? She goes outside, finds these rotting crops and starts munching down on them. Something ain't right here. Now Kenny and Jim get back with the crops and he's like, "Hold on, where's my mom's?" And he finds out his mom's is dead. Nah, I feel so bad for him. He lost his mom, he lost his pops. His gal got taken too. This is treacherous. This would be my last straw. And we learned his mom said to take care of him to Boyd the whole time while she was getting ripped apart. Back to Tabitha, Henry shows her all his wife's paintings, and this is all the shit from the town. Now Jim gets back to his house and the phone starts ringing. They say, "It's me, Dad, Thomas." Like, alright. Jim says, "Stop with me. I'm just trying to help you. You shouldn't have left Julie and Ethan to play outside. It's about to get dark." So he runs out to find them. But luckily they're good. After that, Boyd says, "You know what? We need to capture one of these things. We can't keep being scared like this." Donna says, "Gang, you already killed one. What else do you want to do?" Boy. "You ain't hear me? I just said I want to capture one and make it talk." Not gonna lie though, that don't sound like a good plan. Back to Maine, Victor's pop says, "Yeah, we got a bottle tree in the back of our house." "Huh? They go look at it, but it's not the same as the one that's in the town. It's got no hole. Henry says, well shit, this ain't the original. The original tree is a couple towns over. So they leave to go find it. At the same time, everyone's gathering all the vegetables from the new spot they found. Jade goes to take a leak and he sees a red stone and then another one. Then someone's just dead in front of him. What is going on? He grabs Jade, but he's actually just tripping. That was too much for Jade, so he goes to leave. Kenny and Christy try to stop him, but he says, nah, I can't stay here any longer. He starts running. Christy follows him and a bear trap gets her. Why was this even here? What is going on? Jade tries to pull the release to get it off, but it breaks. Yeah, GG's. At the same time, the old lady is trying to cheer Fatima up with tarot cards. Why is she doing that? But then a bird breaks in the window and dies in there? Okay, I don't know what type of bad omen that is, but something ain't right. Luckily, Jade does find something to pry the bear trap open with and gets Christy's Lego, but someone's staring at him and then it just starts drinking blood from a skull. Back outside of the town, Tabitha and Henry are in the car and she finds the same bracelet that she made Jim. So she's like, nah, this ain't really real. You're tripping. I made this shit. Pull over. Victor's pop says, hell no, you're not giving up after you told me my kid is still alive. She tries to open the door, but he tries to close it, drives by accident and they get hit. Yeah, I love. They wake up in the back of an ambulance and Henry's unconscious. The ambulance is driving, then it stops and all we see is a tree in the middle of.
So, I got another question I just thought of. So every place that everybody came from, like how far is the fucking hospital from where you live? And why do you need to get on the highway, a back street to get? So every street that everybody came from, or every city everybody came from, leads to this place, no matter where you come from. Because they was just in the city. All they had to do was just woo, turn around. Couldn't have been that far from the hospital. So how did you end up here?
The road, no man. Nah man, she actually got outside and told nobody anything. They get out and Shorty's like, where the hell is everyone? But she don't know.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my goodness. My anger is flaring up. Damn, I didn't even know I stopped on Drewski. But go ahead, I'm gonna let you.
They get out and Shorty's like, where the hell is everyone? But she don't know what's coming. In town, the phone rings and Ethan picks it up. The voice says, mom's in trouble. She's in an ambulance. I'm Thomas. Yeah, this is crazy. Jim's like, what the hell did it say to you? It said mom needs our help. Now in the ambulance, it's dark outside. They want to turn around, but Tabitha says, keep driving straight. There should be a town up there with some people. We move to Boyd and he's in the bus with Randall so he can get a closer look at these things. Randall's like, nah, something ain't right here. They got patterns and routines, but that ain't happening right now. Then the ambulance gets to town. Everyone's running to stop it, even Ethan, but it keeps driving. In the middle of the road, someone's lying there. Tabitha's like, that ain't a person, but the police.
Her, this bitch. Oh, I don't even call women bitches, but she deserves it. I ain't gonna lie. She pisses me off so bad, bro. She wants to be big dog because she a police officer. Like in my opinion, when I was watching this, I'm like, bro, all that police shit is out the window. You in a town where you can't leave. You got niggas killing people that ain't even real. Like they got monsters out here, bro. You got humans killing humans like in the real world. You got monsters playing with their food, aka us. You can't be. Come on, dog. Let this police shit go and lock in. I need you to be a survivor. I don't need you one to be big dog, police officer, deputy, whatever.
Gal says sit down
and then
she
you stepped
handcuffs
her.
The
Like,
paramedics go out to help her. They're like, I don't feel no pulse, and it just slashes both of them. The police officer shoots the switch, but that don't do shit, and another one comes from behind, so she runs, leaving Tabitha and Henry. The door opens up, but it's actually Jim. There's still a problem though. Tabitha is handcuffed and no one's got the key. The police gal is going around trying to shoot all these things, and she shoots in Colony House, hitting this girl. Yeah, okay, see, they're just letting anyone become a police officer.
Right.
Back to Randall. Randall,
just
he gets
randomly
a toolkit
shooting.
to help out Tabitha, but the monsters were waiting for him. He says, get the back with the talisman. Nah, it don't work that way,
look,
Lil.
bro.
He
You gotta
throws
hang that
Boyd the
motherfucker.
toolkit and he falls to the ground tripping. Then a monster comes
Obi
behind
too.
Boyd saying, are you looking for these? Shorty has the keys to the ambulance. Don't worry, you can take them. We get to keep Randall though, and Boyd has to pick between Tabitha and Randall. And we
This is
just see the
fine,
man getting surrounded. So this Boyd guy takes the keys and leaves Randall. Raymond Ting, what else was he supposed to do? I don't blame him. Fuck Randall. They
It's like the
drive-
Charlie problem, bro. You got 3 people in the back of your van. Back of the ambulance. Just save Randall. Fuck Randall.
to Colony House and go in, and the girl who got shot by the officer dies too. Like, alright. Alice and Fatima get her body upstairs to a room, and Fatima starts drinking her blood? Yeah, ma'am, you have a demon in there. That's all I'ma say. From Victor, we learned Christopher started seeing the same symbols as Jade and started changing. And he was having full-on conversations with this doll? Like, alright. But if they get that doll, maybe it can tell them what they need to do to save everyone. Now, Boyd and Donna go outside, and they just see Randall on top of an ambulance. He's still alive too? Damn. Should've just ended him. They get him inside, put him on the couch, but he starts crashing out. You left me out there, bitch. Yes, and we'll do it again. It's the next day and they have a meeting in the diner. Boyd's like, I know y'all are looking for some answers, but maybe we just relax for a little bit. Nah, f that. Where is Tabitha? Then her and Jim walk in. So you really went through a tree? Yeah, I went through a tree. Met Victor's pops, and then we got in an accident, and the ambulance that helped us ended up back here. Fatima says, so did you contact anyone? Call my mom. And everyone starts getting pissed. You blew our opportunity. Tabitha says, I'm sorry I don't have you.
And now that I think about it, it didn't work. I forgot that they had a whole meeting. If she contacted them, that would have brought more people to this place. More. Like, you see, she left, and now she's back. What is the people that you think was gonna save us from this place was gonna do? They was just gonna end up right back here with us. More mouths to feed, more problems.
Your answers, and she leaves. I can't lie, she is dumb, but these dumbasses wouldn't have done no better. Now everyone's getting on Boyd's case about this.
She did the best she
wants
could.
to send someone down a tree, and this police gal keeps trying to tell him how to run the town like
bro.
she ain't been here for like 12 hours. Know your place. So Boyd has to page both of them. Outside, Fatima goes to eat more of those rotten vegetables, and Ellis catches her. He says, what the hell are you doing? So she tells him there's something wrong with this baby. She should have said something like 3 episodes ago. Then Victor finally sees his pops. They walk up to each other and they hug. This is actually sad, man. We move to Jade and Tabitha at the bottle tree, and they're trying to understand all the numbers in them. They don't get it yet. Then this guy shows up. He says, so this is the tree, Eli? This how we get back home? They tell him just chill, but he's gonna go get everyone help. Y'all can thank me later. And he goes in, and the man's gone. Back in town, we just hear people screaming. Everyone runs, and we see the man trapped in this cement by the pool. What the hell? We're actually cooked. And he just dies right there. Okay, so let's add that to the list. We have to worry about monsters, ballerinas, hunger, and the trees. Okay, love. Now Jade is trying to figure out how Tabitha could have made it outside, and Boyd says, did you check the numbers on the other tree? Huh? There's another one? Yeah, there's another tree, and the number said 1864. So Jade goes to find the other one. Fatima and Ellis tell Boyd about the baby shit, and he says, listen, we got an ultrasound machine. Maybe we can try that out. She don't want to use it though. Like, she's doing too much. At the same time, Victor lets Henry come with him to the cave. He tells him to go, but Henry says, nah, I'm coming with you. So they go in. They get to the spot where Jasper was before, but he's not there no more. And all the shit that was down there is gone too. Even the monsters. They can't leave without Jasper, so they go in deeper. At the same time, Tabitha's in the crib with Ethan, and she hears something upstairs, so she walks up there slowly. And a door opens, and it's this little kid saying Ankui. Then another one comes out too, and they just start surrounding her. But Ethan snaps her out of it. Back underground, Henry's like, you know what? I think we should leave. But they find an opening and they see all the bullshit from before in there. And Jasper's on the table with tea, but a monster's behind him, sleeping. Victor puts him in his bag quickly, but Henry sees a sweater. He's like, buckwheat, this is your mom's. And the monster starts to wake up. A girl appears and says, Victor, if you keep coming down here, one of these days we're gonna make you stay. So they both sprint out of there with the quickness. So was she real or not? I don't even know. They get to Victor's hideout, and the plan is they're gonna make Jasper talk. To be honest, I don't know if I want this Chucky ass doll talking. Now we move to the hospital, and Fatima's getting ready to do an ultrasound. Chrissy starts scanning for movement, but there's no baby in there. Shorty is not pregnant. She says, nah, there's something inside of me, and she crashes out. At the same time, Elgin is looking at a picture, and the kimono gal is in it. She says, help help me, Elgin. I can save you. I can save everyone. Then he goes to make something for Fatima that looks evil. Then a camera goes off and he looks at the picture. Fatima starts crashing out again because everyone thinks she's just tripping, but she says, nah, whatever's inside me is getting stronger. I don't know why they don't believe her though. Like, Boyd didn't have literal worms under his skin. We also learned Tabitha has seen this place before when she was a kid, so she was always gonna come here. Back to Elgin, the picture told him to go to this underground shed, so he goes in. He walks and he finds a door. He opens it and there's another door. Is this some Narnia shit? He opens it again and it's boarded up, so he says, you know what, I'm leaving. But then he hears something knocking from behind the dresser. Yeah, this is wild. We also see Kenny talking to the police gal. Not gonna lie, W rebound from Christy, but watch out for this one. She's trigger happy and she's still in her police uniform. Let it go. Then the police girl gets pissed because no one's trying to find a way out, and she
ain't no way
leaves.
out.
Boyd goes into the sheriff's office and he sees his drawers open. He pulls out the blick and it's this girl again, like, holy, you took my gun, I want it back. Boyd's like, I don't have time for this, fuck out. Nah, I want my shit back. I don't have to prove shit to you, I'm a real cop. Like, cop don't mean shit around here, shorty. But for some reason, Boyd folds and he gives her gun back. Get the bullets when I think you deserve it. Next time you come in here without my permission, I promise we're gonna have a serious problem. I don't know, man, between her and Randall, I don't know who I hate more. Back to Elgin in the room. He takes out this foldable bed and he moves a blanket and there's a body under there. He turns around and the kimono gal is just staring at him. She says, this is where it happens. We move to Tabitha, Jim, and Jade talking, and Jade begs, Tabitha was chosen. You were always gonna come here no matter what. So shorty ain't have no free will. At the same time, Tabitha wakes up and her stomach starts going crazy. She goes outside to eat some more rotten vegetable, but she tries to stop herself last minute. The granny comes in and says, Fatima, you're not alone, trust me. And Fatima stabs her in the heart by accident. Okay, so now she's a murderer.
I wouldn't say accident.
In her dying words, the granny says you have to run. Ellis and Boyd come and then they see this. After that, Boyd takes her to a shack and says, you're gonna stay here. Me and Ellis are gonna figure this out. Not gonna lie, shorty needs to go in the box, end her. Then the people go and find Tilly's body. Boyd goes to meet Kenny and them and says, we need to find out who did this. We could have had a new arrival or something. But the obvious suspect is Sarah, since she already took someone out. We move to Sarah and Victor's crashing out in her basement because he can't remember what he needs to help the Mandem out. Jim goes to the bar and he starts yelling at Jade, telling him, stop telling my wife all this shit, making her think she's the chosen one. She's not LeBron. Gang, is she 9 years old? She figured everything out on her own. I'm not gonna lie, Jim's been pissing me off this whole season too. Your wife is not tripping. Henry tells him, I'm gonna be real with you, I've been in your shoes before. Maybe you just need to shut the f up and listen to your wife. And Jim finally begs he's wrong. Now we move to Julie and Ethan and they go back to the place where Boyd saved them. She says she's been hearing people screaming and it won't stop, but when she gets here it goes quiet. Ethan tells her, don't worry sis, you got this. Let's go in together. So they go walk and then she gets transported and Ethan's gone. She walks in and she hears people screaming, but it's her, Randall, and Marielle, so she starts screaming. In reality though, she's on the ground screaming. But then all the screaming stops and she sees Martin. He says, Julie, he needs the rope. So she puts the rope down the chimney and it's Boyd down there. What the? Martin tells her she needs to leave. They're finna come back soon. And then he's just gone. Who the hell is they? She goes out the front door. Then she hears Tabitha and Victor underground and she finally wakes up. What was that? She can go back in time? Or is that present? I don't even know.
Dang, that's what I'm saying. This whole third season, just all the way up to 10. Cause oh my goodness, that's bro.
To Victor and Tabitha, they go in the basement of the church where Jasper was speaking. He says the boy in white told Christopher he has to go through the tree to save the kids, but he didn't listen. So Victor told his mom about what the boy in white said, and she left to save everyone. At the same time, Elgin goes to Fatima's shack with the help of the photo. A little bit later, Ellis and Boyd get to the shack, and Shorty's gone. Did this guy abduct her? He brings her to the underground place.
I mean, I almost called this nigga Alice. Elgin, like, bro, you're weird. That's all I can say. He's weird as fuck. In no way, I
There's
can
just a
get shit
room
to say
and
about
no
her.
one knows
He's just
about.
weird.
Don't worry, Ellis is waiting for you. Down here is a room no one knows about. You'll be safe. Fatima goes in and she's like, Ellis? Nah, you know what? This ain't right. I'ma wait for him at the shack. Elgin says, nah, you ain't leaving. This is a baby, but it ain't yours. Huh? Then her stomach starts hurting. She tries to crawl out, but Elgin drags her back. Yeah, he needs to go. She's in the room, and all there is for her to drink is Elgin's blood. Then he comes back. She's like, gang, just let me go. Let you go. You're not a prisoner here. This is for your own good. I'm trying to protect you. But Fatima's seen the kimono monster. She knows he's tripping. He says the baby's hungry, and he makes her drink the blood. And she drinking that shit like it's a cut water. At the same time, Boyd and Ellis are walking, and he falls to the ground. The Parkinson's is starting to kick in again. Ellis carries him back to the sheriff's office, and he tells Ellis about the Parkinson's and how the monsters made him watch too. Then someone knocks and says, you doing okay in there, Boyd? So he gets up, pulls a blick out. He says, shut the up, bitch. Like, holy rage bait. You know what though? This season they've been talking a lot more. We move to Sarah and she finally rebuilds this ornament, but then her head starts to hurt. The voices are trying to talk to her again. Sarah goes to the sheriff's office and tells Boyd, yeah, the voices told me Fatima didn't run away. Something took her. They also laughed at you because they know you ain't gonna find her in time. Damn. All Boyd said was, you can't break me, and they took this personal. Now they gather everyone up and go out to look for Fatima. This Elgin guy asked to pair up with Ellis too.
And this is
He's
why
not
I
the
don't
culprit.
like this nigga,
We
bro.
move to Victor, and the man is cutting down a faraway tree because he's done. But the boy in white appears. He says, stop. You can't do that. It's important. Victor says, why won't you help us? I tried with Christopher. You need to learn for yourself. And he looks different, but he says, everything's changing. I'm changing. Victor's begging him to tell him how to help, but he says, just don't cut down that tree, and he leaves. Like, why can we not just share information? That's the big issue.
That's the big issue of this whole show. People don't share information, and when they do, it's too late. They wait to the very last second to share the information. Then they on a time crunch, and by the time the stuff that, oh my god, the time that they get the information, and by the time they get there, it's over. Like the information don't even matter anymore.
In the show, no one shares information with anybody. We move to Fatima in the room and the kimono gal covers her mouth so she won't make a noise. Right outside of that room, Victor and Tabitha hug. Then she sees the past of Victor's mom getting packed up by the smiling monster, and she starts to crash out. Now everyone bags. You know what? The culprit might be Ellis, so they all surround him and say, can we chat to you for a second? They sit him down in Colony House and Boyd says, where were you going? I'ma ask you once. Do you know where Fatima is? Fuck. Elgin says, she told me not to say anything. And he thinks the kimono gal is an angel. Yeah, he's tripping. They bring in Sarah to try to...
What angel you know looks like that? It's only two ways angels can look, and I don't think that's one of them. Like, bro.
help, but he still ain't budging. Back to Jade, Tabitha, and Jim. They're still trying to figure out the numbers. Jim says, wait, aren't there 12 notes in a scale? He just cracked the code. This has been a song the whole time. Now Boyd gets serious. He ties up Elgin and brings out the weapon.
Gotcha.
Elgin says, just give it some time, it'll be blessed. Fuck that. You took my family, little I'm not gonna stop hurting you until you tell me what I need to know. He grabs Elgin's hand and hits him with the hammer. Good, bro. Hit him again. Everyone's just listening, and the
Ain't gonna lie.
cop
The one thing that Elgin got, he kept it 100. He stood on, he ain't say shit. He stood on his 10 toes. He didn't say nothing until
shows up. I'm not gonna lie, can we just end her?
Please.
At the same time, Fatima's about to use the glass on herself, but the kimono gal stops her. She says, it's coming. Back to the house again. Elgin still ain't breaking yet. Everyone's arguing. The police gal's trying to yell at Elgin, but bad gal Sarah walks in to see Elgin. She says, I don't understand how far he needs to make you go to tell him, but I do. She picks up the screwdriver and everyone just hears screams. They run up and we just see the man looking like Fetty Wap. Sarah turns around and says, Fatima's in the root cellar. They run to find her, but the kimono gal takes the baby and goes underground with it. Boyd's had enough, so he goes in with the lantern to follow it. Fatima also says they sacrificed their kids because it promised them they would live forever. Now underground, the kimono gal puts the baby on the ground and Boyd's watching. It gets bigger and bigger and turns into the smiling monster? No f***ing way. We did all that work, killed it, just for it to be back. Back to Jade and Tabitha. He's playing the violin and they realize, and Kui means remember. Tabitha says, me and Jade have been here before. The reason I felt what Miranda was feeling because I was Miranda and Jade was Christopher. What? They've been trying over and over since the beginning to save the kids. And they had a kid together too? What the actual hell was this reveal? What do I even do with this information? I also feel bad for Jim though. He's about to lose his bitch. Jim walks away and Julie yells for him. Why does she look different? She says, you need to run, it's not safe. This is when it happens. And she has a scratch on her face. Then a man in yellow appears. He says, that was a hell of a song. Jade sure can play. This ain't have to happen. Knowledge comes at a cost. Jim goes to hit him, but he grabs the tree branch and chokes him. Listen, your wife shouldn't have dug that hole. And he pulls his neck out. What? So bro is just dead. And this guy is the voice from season 2. And he's a monster too? Hold on, why is he able to walk when it's not dark out? And why did he kill Jim out of everyone?
Right.
Alright, that's all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Yes, From season 3 is done. And I don't know if you guys know, but From season 4 came out yesterday, episode 1.
Wait, when the fuck did this come out? 2 days ago? I ain't gonna doubt. Episode 1, insane. It's crazy. I might rewatch it because that's how good it is, bro. I might rewatch it just to, that's the end of the video, man. Damn. Rum is a great show, bro. It's a great show. I wish more people watch it. Well, I don't know that many people that watch it. I just know my OG watch it. My best friend watch it. That's pretty much it. But that's the end of the video, man. Shout out more Shimmy for making these videos. Fire. They're fire. Any funny as hell. Yeah, that's the end of the video, man. So if you want more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can know when I post another video. Yeah, man. See y'all boys and girls in the next video, man. Peace.
Swear to God, I gotta get my shit together. Young nigga known around these parts, I can pop my shit wherever. I'm walking with God in these Dior's, used to dance with the devil. Young nigga, it takes some sacrifice to make it to this level. Yeah, I put in that work, nigga, I ain't cry about it.